in the dark.
Yo, Raw, just is the recording started?
No, let me get it on here. Hold on.
What the heck? I'm shocked.
The recording has started.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. So basically, what I was saying, and like I'm saying, this is all genuine, like sincere. I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes or call no one out or nothing. But we had an experience here in the School of Esoteric Knowledge where an individual was speaking his truth, right? And here we refine things and put things to the test and whatever. And I'm gonna say his name because he was in this class. He's a part of the fam, whatever this and that, and we welcome with open arms. But anyways, Yaga started saying all these things after he got hypno regressed by Neo Hypno Soul March 8th. Go on her page and see that shit. March 8th, 2026. You will see that and like I'm saying, you can see every individual's name. Yaga's name was not there. Courtney was not there. It was Zoom caller. And Raw, that's basically what I was saying is Yaga compromised because he went to Neo Hypno group past life regression, and he got mixed up. He literally thought that this life was his, and he could learn, develop,
And
build.
Rob always tells us we can't, we don't know because we don't know how, who's doing the regression. We don't
That's why
we
I
have no way
mean,
of knowing that.
you know,
And you see,
I told
Man,
I
we
told
don't have
y'all
any
that
idea, guys.
I
Nothing.
told y'all that the spirit guides. I seen one of her episodes where the another person's spirit guides came to her and told her she was doing a good job to keep it up. Now she's sending everybody into the light. You see what I'm saying? She don't know nothing about the soul trap. I, I'm sure she know about reincarnation. You know what I'm saying? But she don't know anything about the soul trap. So every person, every soul she pulls off, souls attached to people's bodies. So every soul she pulls off of somebody's body, she tries to get that soul to go into the light. So she's an agent for the system. You see what I'm saying? But go ahead. I don't want to cut you off, Raul.
nah, pretty much that's all I was saying because I feel like as a class, every like scenario or instance that could help us is good. It's really good. And that was one that I peeped and I just had to share with y'all because that's actually what happened. And I was taking notes and stuff, like literally the dates don't lie. And he started acting up like and the crazy thing is that he was making sense, talking about growth and whatever this and
Right.
that, but
Right.
that's why
It
I
makes
said you gotta be guided by the right archetype.
Yeah, it makes sense in the human to the human form, growth and development and all of this stuff, right? That makes sense. But you cannot think of yourself as a human. When you dealing in this, what we talking about, the reality of it, we not human beings. We are in a meat suit. We are a soul. And because they turned this into a prison and wipe your memory clean, all right, so now we know what the game is. So it's like 99% bullshit, 1% of truth. The truth is you a soul, you're having this human experience, but it is nothing. All that other 99% is straight lies. So when you hear them say, well, you're here to learn. How can I learn if I can't remember? So that's a lie. And that knocks out growth, development, vibration, and the rest of all of this shit. Because if you are taking my memory from me, like think about it for a second. I actually I don't know if I posted it, but I made a video about this. When you take somebody's memory away, that's the essence of who they are. If you can't remember who and what you are, what the experiences you've had, what you've been through, if somebody is able to strip all that away from you, they leave you with what? A name. What's a name with no experiences behind it, no memories, no nothing? It's empty. It's a shell. You see what I'm saying? So all these people who say all this, sound slick shit, this shit is all lies because, even the ones that say you chose this, you chose that. No, you didn't. And I don't give a fuck how many people say I chose this. I did not choose for you to send me someplace, keep wiping my goddamn memory clean so I can't remember what I did the day before. And yes, I mean, has anybody been around anybody with Alzheimer's? Has anybody been around somebody that forgets? That's not a pleasant thing. Yeah, it's
Right.
not it's not even pleasant. It's not even on the level of pleasantry.
No, it's not.
This shit is on the level of diabolical. You see what I'm saying? Because
Right.
you rob a person of who they are. They don't know who they are no more.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't choose this. I didn't. They say, oh, well, you chose this. Think about this for a second. Before every soul came to this place, because Earth is not a planet. This is the number one thing when they be talking that bullshit about you chose this place. We live in a dome under fucking water. Ain't nobody chose that. So this ain't no planet. That's number one. All right. Knowing where you are is just as important as knowing who you are. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of these people's the basis of their whole arguments and all that bullshit, it relies heavily on where they're at because they assume they are on a planet. They don't work in, well, we in a dome underwater. And you know why? Because as soon as you say, well, we're on a dome underwater, that take away any validity of any other argument except that we are here in a clandestine fashion, meaning don't nobody fucking really know what's going on here. This is not a natural thing because ain't no God or source of creation sent a soul into a man-made object to live and say, go down there and live down there. I want to see what that's about. You see what I'm saying? Because every soul has the ability to create. All right. And number three, wiping somebody's memory clean, that takes away the whole purpose of soul, of the source of creation, sending out souls to go learn. Because so take me for example. Let's just say I've been here 1,000 lifetimes. When I make it out and return to source, what can I tell source? If the memory wiping process is really, a complete thing, what could I tell source? Nothing, because I don't remember. And they stole the memories. So what could I ever tell source? I could tell source about the last lifetime I lived down here in planet Dome Earth. I wouldn't be able to tell source nothing. So these things are, I get it, man. It's some people, even with the soul trap, it's some people, I'm just right now, somebody's talking about a dispute because, some bullshit, right? Everybody can't comprehend this information, y'all. They can't comprehend it correctly. And the reason they can't is because they cannot separate soul from human. And Yaga, that's why I had to step in, because I understood that Yaga could not separate soul from human, and that information would be misleading to the class. All right. The truth of
Can I
it.
say something wrong?
Yeah, go ahead.
I have three things. Number one was that was the reason why I would never ever get a life regression, because I gotta pretty much know that you're on the same path with me and to be able to trust you. I don't trust nobody, Rraw, because people are out to do what? Deceive you. Okay.
And they dealing, Raj, just to piggyback onto that, and they dealing with spiritual beings. You see what I'm saying? Because Neo Hypno Soul is dealing with spiritual beings. Now, here go the whole crazy part. We done read in a lot of these texts. If you think you talking to past loved ones, they tell you, no, you're not. You talking to demons, assuming, making you assume that they are your people, but they not. So what about this then? What if, because we don't know, what if during these so-called past life regressions where she's talking to so-called spirits that's attached to other people's bodies? What if those are the actual beings, demons, whatever, what we learned in the Pistis Sophia and this last testament of Solomon? What if that's the actual being that's supposed to actually be there? And it's misleading her into thinking that, it's some wandering soul that just attached onto somebody. We don't know. Look in the Pistis Sophia we learn what you got, the soul, the spirit, and destiny. Those are all conscious beings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then how do we know it just ain't some random demon talking to her?
Mhm.
We don't.
Right.
So caution, like you said, Raj, you got to be 100% cautious. But go ahead, Rod.
Exactly. And as you talk about that, see, the thing about number two is this. First of all, like I tell you, the Bible is truth, error, wisdom, bones, meat, and knowledge. When you separate the bones and error, you got a pretty good book. But even in the Bible, it tells you that this life is not your own. It's not even yours. And then it also tells you that the soul was placed in an earthen vessel. See? So in other words, just like you said earlier, we are souls having a human experience here on earth.
Right.
And you have to realize that there are other souls that are, I look at it like this here. The souls the spirits that are attached to people's souls are the ones that mislead them. We already learned in the class that we have a demon that causes headaches, a demon that causes you to catch a fish bone in your throat.
Right.
Everything is attached to spirits. Now, this would fuck me up the other day, y'all. I was talking to my girlfriend, and I was explaining to her. I say, this is my last incarnation. Oh, I don't want to hear nothing about no incarnation. All I believe in is that you reincarnate. And I told myself, I said, yeah, you will reincarnate. I won't. I'm going back to. Oh, she got totally upset. But like I told y'all before, I'm dealing with a fucking archon, man. Simple as that. She got spirits on her ass. Ain't nothing nice, bro. I'll give you an example. I can spend Asheville. And the whole time, I talked to my brother, I give you something. And he said, man, what everybody was feeling off, man, when your girl popped up, man.
For real.
Because she didn't want to talk to nobody. My brother had to sit up. He had a nice Airbnb, like 4 bedrooms, so we were gonna stay there. She got the trip talking about, oh, 2 bathrooms in here, and all these. I said, half of these people are not even going to be here. Yeah. But anyway, make a long story short, that's the definition of being equally yoked. She still believed in G. I had to tell her. She started talking about with my grandma and mom. I say, grandma and mama gone. They can't help you. Stop that.
Right.
I screamed at her just like that. She started shaking and walked off. I said, come on, man. I said, I don't have time for that nonsense. I said, you believe one thing and I believe the other. I said, that's why I even let her read a segment of the Testament of Solomon. But then I told her, I said, if you had read the Testaments of Solomon, you would realize there's some spirits attached to your ass. I told her just like that. Yeah. It's like I have some spirits attached to me. You do too.
Right.
Ain't none of us exempt. Anyway, my line is when you sleep, you sleep. You just can't wake no certain people up, man. And I can't deal with a female if she ain't nowhere on the same path with me. I don't want to hear that shit about Jesus. Jesus didn't say your mama when she had cancer. He didn't say my daddy when he had kidney failure. So what the fuck?
They don't want to hear that.
Excuse my fridge, y'all.
They don't want to hear
She
that.
hot, man.
But that's a good point, Raj, because
Say all that.
people talk all of this God Jesus shit, and it's people dying left and right, and they just keep saying, and when they die in some fucked up way, well, the Lord work in mysterious ways. I don't know what he wanted.
Exactly.
So he wanted your kid to get, I just seen a woman on social media, I think it's down here, right? Who a black woman whose son got dismembered, either here or in Mississippi, close to here. Did you see that? They found him dismembered.
No, I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah, yeah. So God wanted your kid to get chopped up into pieces because of,
Mhm.
come on, man. See, we got the alien disclosure conference happening not this Sunday, but next Sunday on the 31st. Um, look, man, people they hiding from this. They you know what? The government could have been released this shit because motherfuckers are so dumbed down today. Nobody's even like paying attention. So they done told you aliens are real. So you know what's gonna happen next, right? The aliens gonna come. That's what's next. And when the aliens
It's a
come,
fake alien.
or fake, real, whatever, but
Yeah.
we know they real, right? But when the aliens come, right,
Right?
people still gonna go to church. The aliens could come down here,
Because they can't. God gonna say.
right? The
And
aliens
Jesus
could
come.
they could come down here and tell these people, we created your religions. And niggas will still say, I don't believe you. I'm going to church. God gonna help me. And there's no evidence of God helping any goddamn body in the world. People dying every day. Yet people keep talking about the power of God. Where is the power of God? Has anybody seen the power of God in thousands of years?
I
No.
really tried to program myself to see it, think it, believe it. I really tried, but no.
Where's the power of God? Somebody show me the power of God. A nigga will say some dumb shit like the sun, ooh, look, they'll see something happen in nature and say, now that's the power of God. Really?
Mhm.
What about all these goddamn people dying? You see what I'm saying? It's like people have actually allowed themselves to be indoctrinated and conditioned. I mean, we all was there, right? We all was there. But is it just that I don't think we are quote unquote special. I think all of us here just have a sense of common sense, like a high level of common fucking sense where you can hear some shit and it makes sense, even though it may go against what you was told, and you have enough sense to investigate. And the rest of these motherfuckers is just still they close minded. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't get it.
A closed
Yeah,
mind will never get fed.
I just have one quick question.
Mhm.
Last week you said that you were gonna, I guess delete yoga. Did you do that?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, you did delete her. Okay.
yeah, yeah. He's not coming. I
All right,
mean,
just making
if
sure.
he buys a new, which I don't think he would, if he buys a new ticket, technically under an assumed name, I wouldn't be able to know who he is. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh, okay.
no, he's been blocked. So, but I don't think he's going to return. You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty crazy.
I don't know
Yeah.
why he would even want to return. Like, if nobody wants you here, why would you want to be here? You know what I'm saying? So,
Right. And if he's on some other stuff, yeah, that's kind of.
yeah. I mean, but that's why I said it had bothered me. I tried to let it go, but it had bothered me because, the whole thing with the unknown, us with the unknown caller.
Mm-hmm.
That's some government
Yeah, for
shit.
sure.
This nigga might be government. I'm telling you, cause it's quite
Mhm.
funny. We had unknown all throughout when he was here, but we have unknown last week. We was looking for him. We ain't got unknown in this bitch right now.
Yeah, we didn't have any interference last class, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
Everything went smooth.
So you have to be man. This is what I've been facing. I've been facing aliens since I started this. I've been facing the government, and I've been facing regular people who I think are like some type of informant status. All right, so I'm really up on how they move, and one thing I've learned, and I hope you all learn this too and follow it. When you sleep at night and something bothering you, listen to it. It's kind of how they say, listen to your gut. But when your gut really affects you when you sleep at night. Like if something be on your mind, like this whole suing TikTok and Instagram shit. I go to sleep, that should be on my mind because I haven't done it yet. It's a lot to prepare and I haven't done it. I'm like, get it done. Get it done. You bullshitting. Get it done. So, when shit be like that on your mind, pay attention to that shit. All right? Pay attention to that. Man,
It's crazy.
y'all are, I don't think y'all understand, and I try to let y'all know when I remember, you people here in the School of Esoteric Knowledge are a great group of people. And these people sitting at home who tune in to watch me on my social media lives, knowing that, why do they tune in? They hoping I'm gonna say something knowledgeable because this is not, this is not a joke. I don't tell jokes. You know what I'm saying? So they're not here to hear something funny. They tune in to hear knowledge. That's what they tune into. And for the life of me, I can't understand why they just won't join the class. All right? Why you won't join and be with other people and come in and really learn? Because I'm gonna cut this off. I always do. But you got people like that. I guess they think they can do it themselves. And they never can, and they never do, and they never will. Because when the instructor himself is telling you that this class has benefited me just as much as it has benefited you all right, this is an awesome thing. This is what school is supposed to be like. Reading a text from front to back, applying knowledge, with brainstorming with a group of people in here. All right. Coca-Cola pays groups millions of dollars to do what we doing. All big corporations do. They call it a think tank. But basically, it's their best people that's in the company, their best minds getting together, usually weekly, to go over marketing schemes, to go over product improvement and things of this nature. And this is what we are doing on ancient texts. The same exact shit. And it's proven effective for them, and it has proven effective for us. And I knew this when I set up the class. I knew this when I set up the app 3-4 years ago. I tried to do this. You know what I'm saying? But I tried to do it in the app, but this is a better format. This is a better format. I don't think, if I would have, it's probably, see, when you're trying to do good in the world, even though all these demons is coming at you and shit, it's some good. I don't know who, but whether it's source or whoever, or it could just be your soul makes the correct decision every single time. It is the spirit that puts that second choice in your head that says, nah, let's go do this. All right. But this is one thing I learned. When you're trying to do good into the universe, you can call it karma, whatever you want to call it. Some bad is going to happen because we know these demons is coming at you. But good is going, whatever you're trying to do is going to prevail. Let me put it like that, because to be honest with you, you don't always have to be doing good to prevail. You could be wanting to do bad and you will prevail. So it's all a matter of choice in that regard, but it worked out that the app failed because this is better than the app. You see what I'm saying? If the app was going to be me simply reading these texts and, explaining it as I go. But see, this is better because now instead of just my view, we got 50 other people that's, giving their input too. So 50 eyes looking for something is better than 2. or 100 eyes, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's better than two. So this is really a good class, and y'all a good group of people, man. All right, but yeah, sometimes people don't get it. All right, and I see it all the time with the soul trap session with some people. You know, usually the smart ones will say, "Hey, can you explain this to me?" And then the dumb ones are just dismissed totally, like, "I don't that it didn't make sense to me." So okay, well, you want to ask a question? You know what I'm saying? Because you obviously not getting it. All right. A lot of people, their biggest problem is separating. They keep thinking of themselves as what they see in the mirror. That's the problem. They look at life as what they see with their two eyes. That's the problem. You see what I'm saying? I don't look at life no more with two eyes because I can't see everything. So when I look at life, like if I just go look out the window, you know, and I see some trees and grass and stuff, and that's all I see, mentally I tell myself, man, there's probably 1,000 motherfuckers walking on that grass that you just can't see. You know what I'm saying? Going busy about their business, doing whatever it is they do. And I remind myself of that all the time, especially when I'm driving. You ain't in that car by yourself. And if that nigga if that nigga that's with you in the passenger seat want to yank that wheel into ongoing traffic, he fucking will. So you better be alerting this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention the other people that's playing with their phones. What if they spirit want to, you know, get you and just jerk they car at you? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, people, they don't get it, man. They don't get it. But hey, anybody got anything else? Y'all, so we're gonna have to cut these classes down 2 hours, man. We're gonna be going from 6 to 10. All right. Because we are using way too much storage. Remember, this class was only supposed to be for 2 hours a night. That was it. 6 to 8. But we're gonna have to cut this down to 6 to 10 and eventually probably 6 to 9. Because we've been doing this since what? September 7th every week? September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. 4 times 8 is 32 classes. 32 classes times pretty much 6 hours of class. That's a lot of that's a lot. Them a lot of hours, man. You know, them a lot of hours. All right. So we're gonna have to, you know, we're gonna cut it down to 6 to 10. All right. And I'm gonna do less talking so that we can jump into our books a lot more quicker. So does anybody have anything they want to say? I got some things, if I could think of it real quick, some crazy dreams I had, like for example, last night. So like Raj was talking about his girl I had been seeing for really about 5 years, you know, for lack of not just somebody I see every now and then to get the shakes off. You know what I'm saying? But just not my cup of tea, right? Because she's not woke, you know, and she kind of country. So it's really like a turnoff. Like I can only be around her, you know, while I have that urge, and then once we do it and the urge is over, I really want her to leave. You know what I'm saying? So I got rid of that situation because I realized that you know, and she a good person. Don't, you know, I don't want to say nothing wrong, but you a demon, and you a demon in the fact that you're here to keep me away from something better that might come into my life, which is along the lines of what I'm looking for, you know. And I say this to women a lot too, like, you know, stop being with that dude just because he ringing your bell, and you out with that dude, and you know, it's probably every day you go out with that dude, you probably walking past a dude that probably what you really want, but he not gonna talk to you because you with this dude. You see what I'm saying? So you thwarting what they say, your blessings and all that. You thwarting what good will come to you. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna let her go. Let me let her go, and I'm just going, and I think after 5 years of trying to like wake her up and showing her stuff and there's a lot of, you know, we're not going nowhere here. So you wasting my time. Go ahead, Raj.
Bro, I'm on the same boat. Been about 4 years. Trying to wake her up. We on the same boat. It's almost checkout time because the battleship is sinking. But I ain't finna sink with it. I'm gonna let her float down while I rise on up out of there. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna backstroke the fuck up on out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's scary wood, man. You know, ain't nothing there.
you
Hey
know,
guys, just one quick thing.
yeah.
Can you guys send Justice a link because he's saying that he don't have a link and I didn't get one either. I
Okay,
don't have
now,
anything to
now
send him, but-
I changed my email.
All he has to do is download the app and then just put the code in.
I
Look,
told him that.
that's the best
and
thing to
he
do.
said-
I
He said he was gonna do it, but he said today he can't log in or something. I don't know.
so listen, I changed my email company. And everybody
Right.
got an email, all right? It did not go to
Yeah,
your
I got it in
spam.
my promotion folder.
Oh, it went to your promotion? Okay. Well, it didn't
Yeah,
go
it
to
was my
spam.
promotion folder because I couldn't find it, and all of a sudden I went to the promotion folder, and that's where I found it. I went to spam, trash, everything, and I
Was
went
that-
back because you sent it about 9 o'clock this morning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody should have
Right.
that. In
That's
their,
what time it had on. Yeah.
Good. I got one. I see the name of it now. I didn't. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because Alina was the one that told me that you should have it, and it's called Moonlight something, LLC or whatever it was, and that's
Yeah,
how I found it.
I have to put
Yeah.
my company name in there.
So-
So what's
So I pulled out
Justice?
my promotion to see for my primary.
You said Justice Justice now?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, he should
Is
have
it
got
from
one.
Helena? Okay.
All right, I sent him one. I sent him an email. All right, but yeah, so your emails we should be straight with the emails. All right. I looked at the analytics today. All was delivered, none went to spam. So maybe check your promotion folders. I don't know. But anyway, y'all, anybody got anything else? Oh, this is what I was trying to say. So about the girl, right? So after I got rid of her, that night, I was on my way to sleep, and you know how I tell y'all when you're about to fall asleep, they start sticking images in your head. You have to pay attention to that, right? So they stuck her image in my head in all red, which is like what she was wearing the last time I saw her. The image was blurry, and it wasn't feminine. It was kind of mannish. You know what I'm saying? And I woke up from it and I shook and I said, that's the best recreation y'all could do with her? I said, man, y'all fucked up. You're not gonna get me, man. You're not gonna get me if this is what y'all doing, man. I understand what y'all doing, man. You know what I'm saying? I call them out on that bullshit. See, I know what the intent was. Have a dream about her, miss her, call her, blah, fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that. To me, I mean, what I saw was a baboon with some hair is really what they was, it was like they wasn't finished making it. You know how like you try to make a picture on these AIs and it slowly coming to focus? That's what it was doing. And I woke up and I wasn't really fully asleep, so I shook myself up out of there and started talking about them. But lately I've been having real vivid dreams and I ain't been able to pull myself out. All right. So when I wake up, I really look around and pay attention to my surroundings because I'm beginning to understand that if they, let's just say they take me in my sleep while I'm having a dream, and if I don't wake, if when I, let's just say, come out of that dream, if I'm not careful about going into that bathroom, which has a light in it, I could be walking into the fucking light. You see what I'm saying? So your dreams, please pay attention to them. Get to know how these archons are working you in your dreams. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like very careful now when I wake up, because what if I die in my sleep while they got me in a dream? And I thought, and I done told you, I done had the dreams of waking up. When you wake up, but you still in the dream, and you get up and you walk around and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and then you realize,
Right. Can I say something, Rraw?
yeah, go ahead.
This is what I'm coming to the realization that the dreams are but a test. They are testing us in our dream. Do you think so, Rraw?
Yeah, I think they you to see what
That's
you're
my
gonna do.
thoughts, because I had a dream about a female
Mhm.
that I used to mess with years ago. And I woke up out of the dream and I say, bitch, that ain't you. Stop. And I immediately woke up and right out of the dream, because I knew, that I was in a dream. Because
Right.
what I do now, I train myself to be conscious while asleep. I speak these words before I go to bed in meditation mode. So if I start now, since I've been doing that, when
Yeah.
I start dreaming, I wake up out the dream and say, no, that ain't you. No, that's not you. Bitch, stop. And I'm telling them, I'm talking to the archons or spirits that are doing this to me, So I just thought I'd share that. And one other thing I want to let you guys know. I know you guys know about the chemtrails. They're putting all kind of bullshit in the sky. But the number two things that they're using is rhenium and aluminum. Now you do the what is it called? The biology code of rhenium, you come up with Da. When you do it for aluminum, you come up with Al. And when you put them together, you got Baal, which is the God that's in the Bible.
Yeah.
The one that's the one that has the male part, female part. And here it is, rhenium and aluminum. If you look up the biology code, that's what you got. Al for aluminum and Da for rhenium.
Yeah.
And that's what they're putting down on this throughout the day. Whenever those planes shoot across the sky, and you got all the X's and Y's and shit, when you look up there, those are chemicals that are coming down, the heavy metal. That's how they get them into our body. And they tied it in. We know they just released 6G. And they tied it all in with 6G. That's why it's so important to start taking chlorophyll, make sure that you taking ginger and garlic and detox. You're taking detox baths, get these metals out your body. Because it's gonna come a time when it hit them frequencies on your ass, that's when you're gonna start feeling hot and all these different sensations of colds and hot sweats and things of this nature. Because that's what those towels are for. When you think about it, we never had towels before. Fucking cell phone cables are under the ocean along with the internet cables. And I don't know if y'all know that or not. I've been doing my homework for years on these dirty motherfuckers now. All this 5G, this 6G is tied to the transhumanism and these AI data centers that they get ready to put up in every fucking city. We'll start running out of water here real soon, because the computers are more important than us having water. So it's all the systems they're getting set up. And here it is. I'm thinking Trump taking his bitch ass over there to talk to X-Ping about, hey, let's get this a mile straight settled down or whatever. He took fucking Elon Musk and half of the goddamn bureau techs with him.
AI unity, yeah.
Okay? As I told y'all, China is the fucking pilot program. They are the new world order. Okay? They got everything over there. You fucking can't. Yeah, if you park in the wrong spot for 2 minutes, you get a ticket in China. You got they got the digital currency, they got the facial recognition, they got cameras every 100 yards. You can't do shit in China and get away with it. That's why they have them crime.
Yeah, they don't have no
So they
crime.
went over there to get a little bit of information to help get New World Order going because they're behind. They are so far behind on Agenda 2030. And they're pushing the pedal to the metal to make it happen. I just thought I'd put that out there.
China is very high tech, very extremely tech country.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling my dude, he don't believe it. I'm like, man, they're about 500 years ahead of it else, you know, with their technology. Like they just, you know, they got the 15-minute cities built done. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been looking into it too because I wanted to go over there, but I'm like, damn, that'd be a nice place to go visit. But man, you know, the world. Look, people don't. This is what I keep. You have to keep going back to this thing right here. This fucking dome. The world is not what you think it is, and the purpose of the world is not what people think. That's why they don't understand what's going on. You know, they don't understand. And just to mention, I seen a video, and I'm gonna post it, where this dude done his homework, and he was like, these AI centers are to summon demons. All right, they gonna bring the demons in. They already doing it. Now this is I'm linking this is gonna be at the conference, right? This is two separate videos coming from two different sources. All right. So the one guy did his homework about the AI centers. They gonna summon demons. Then you got another guy, a whistleblower on the Gaia channel, telling you they've already done this, where these demons are what they call interdimensional being. You know, which they can see them and you can see we can see them and they can see you, but we can't interact because we're on two different dimensions, right? Well, the government solved that problem because they bringing these beings into our 3D world, and they bring them into wherever the machine is. They cross over, and he like, you see him because he was in the program. You see him. They running around the room trying to get out and shit like this. You know what I'm saying? So this shit is real. This shit is real, man. That's why I don't believe, you know, like the fake alien agenda, the fake alien invasion. It's not going to be a fake alien invasion. It's going to be a real alien invasion. And the reason because here go the thing, right? The government can keep secret any goddamn thing they want to. Think about that for a second. They can keep secret any secret that they want. It's been secret. They got the cure for cancer. Have anybody came out and said it? No. They can keep a secret, though. Trust and believe they can keep a secret. So when the whole world knows fake alien invasion, that's reverse psychology. And I got a bachelor's degree in psychology. That's reverse psychology. All right? Because you have to now use ramification thinking and say, well, why would they let something out like that? What is everybody going to do if you think there's a fake alien invasion? Fight. You're going to fight.
Or rely on the government.
Well, I don't think, let's just say like this, right? Let's use independence as a prime example. If an invasion happens and the government hits the TV and says we're being invaded, they're going to give you a call to action. They're not going to tell you to stay in your homes and let the government handle it. You think they're going to say some shit like that? No, they're going to say we're fighting for our freedom. We're fighting for our freedom to live, which is going to be a call to action for the people to pick up arms. See, think about it like this, right? You know how we always say the 1% rule the 99%, and if the 99% would just simply stand the fuck up, the 1% won't exist no more, right? So think of a real alien invasion coming, and let's take away the word invasion. All right. In this world, there's been systematic oppression of people of color. In this world, in this fake world, we have learned in this class that blonde-haired, blue-eyed, Nordic race, Pleiadian aliens is running this now. Consequently, they've been running the world. Look at what they, with Billy Meyer and stuff like this. Jesus telling you he was the reincarnation of David and all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? They have been running the world. And the people they have fought against, think about it. Ancient Egypt. Against who? Yahweh and them. Who does Yahweh and them represent? The Pleiadians. Who does ancient Egypt and whoever those aliens was represent? We don't know, but they were where black people were. Look at who the so-called children of Israel is that accepted Yahweh as their God. That would be the white Jews today. White Jews. So there's been a real race war going on from the very beginning. And whether it comes from, we can say it's the Anunnaki fighting, whatever. All right, it really don't matter. But I'm just saying what we can see, because that's speculation. But what we could see in this world, every white country decided to go to Africa to stake out a claim against a people that was, for all intents and purposes, not bothering any fucking body. I mean, people talk about the Moors, but wasn't really the Moors like a fight back sort of thing? Like after so much had happened before that, a group of, let's just say, black people in Africa decided we're going to get us an army and we're going to go up there and start, causing hell back. Because it was back. It wasn't first. Since the beginning of time, they have been coming into Africa. Not for friendly shit. To rob, rape, pillage, steal. All right, since the beginning of time, right? So they've mentioned to you 4 types of aliens: the Pleiadians, reptilians, greys, and insectoids. All right. This is what I think, because so much evidence is pointing to it. Why is it top? Well, we know why it's top secret, but you had a couple of whistleblowers talking about tall black aliens. I had a guy, well, I still do. He used to come to everything. He don't now, but he says that they have visited him, the black aliens, and that they will be coming real soon. All right. But this is also told by one of the whistleblowers, and I forget his name, he dead now, but who saw black aliens. And here's the craziest part. 20 years ago, I heard this on George Norrie, where a regular caller just called in. I was listening to one of the shows. A regular caller just called in and say, hey, I'm 80-something years old, and I have a story to tell. I was on a Navy aircraft carrier, back in the 50s when I was a youngster, and a UFO landed on our carrier, and tall black aliens got out. They came out. They was about, 7 to 10 feet tall. He said they had huge ass weapons, and when they exited the UFO, they came out in like a military like fashion, where one and then another one come and cover that one and cover. He said they did that, and then like the leaders, I guess the leader came out and he went up to one of the guys and was like, who's in control? Who's the captain of this ship or whatever? And they took him to him and they talked. and they left. And he said they made everybody on the ship sign an NDA that if you say anything about this, we're gonna kill you and your family. He was like, look, I'm 80 years out. He said, my family's dead. He like, I don't care no more. I'm about to die too. So that's why I'm telling this. All right. So we got to one, pay attention to how do they deliver the truth to us through movies and television. How many movies or TV shows have showed you black aliens coming? None. You think that's a coincidence? That's not a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? They've showed you all type of aliens, white aliens, grays, all type of aliens. Never a black alien. I mean, maybe on Star Trek or something like that every now and then. You know, but that's not an omission by coincidence. That's by design. So you got to look at not just what they do, you also got to look at what they don't do. And when you look at what they don't do, you look at, is it odd? Is this odd that they're not doing this? And it's odd. We are, the alien movies started out in the 50s? 60, 70, 80, 90, 2000, 10, 26. So you telling me in 70 goddamn years, no black alien movies? Like in a realistic, none, nothing? No niggas coming from another planet. That's because that shit is real. And they don't want the public to even get a whiff of something like that. And I'm willing, man, I would bet my life that if an alien invasion comes, it's gonna be black people in there. See, it's gonna be twofold. The fake alien invasion is gonna be the government. Yes, there's gonna be a fake alien invasion, right? But it's gonna be the government that attack you. Soon as they find out the real aliens is here, the government launches the fake alien invasion. Now, aliens ain't never attacked us, and we know they've been here since the beginning of time. So, yeah, if we get attacked by aliens, that's going to be the good old US of A. All right? Because they cannot let a black race of aliens or whatever land and talking about we come in peace and all of it. They can't hide that. They can't hide that. That will upset the boundaries. That will upset the status quo of the world. Now, the crazy part about it is, I don't know if they will be all Anunnaki, whatever, all of that stuff, right? I don't know. But we cannot overlook the fact that, and I know I haven't put this in the Soul Trap session yet, but it's coming. We cannot overlook the fact that when people die and go to so-called heaven and talk to some of these beings, not every near-death experience, it's only been I've only ran across a handful. They're talking to white beings. They tell you they white. The dead person said they was white. White with blonde hair and blue eyes. They don't talk. I didn't see no niggas. I didn't see no Puerto Ricans. I didn't see no Asians. The motherfucker that's running this afterlife system is white, blonde hair, blue eye. These are the Pleiadians, the Nordics. And then when you look at the world on a whole and say, well, shit, everybody that's got some color is really basically being oppressed. That's not a coincidence. I mean, and to be honest with you, does it even mean that the Pleiadians are racist because they put their own ahead of everybody else? Probably not. until you get into shit like slavery and shit like that. But it's systemic racism here in the world. And you got to ask yourself, who is it coming from? Because the Rothschilds don't make policy for the world. The Bilderberger group, they don't make policy for the world. I don't care how high you go up. No human is making policy for the world because the world you live in is fake, phony, and false. So policy is coming from whatever alien is in charge. That's where policy comes from. And since the policy of the world is to keep a foot on niggas' neck, that ramification thinking tells me who's ever writing policy, they don't look like me. You see what I'm saying? So, and who can we point to with that? You got, it's the Pleiadians, it's the Nordics. You had Hitler killing Jews. Or so they say. But he's looking for a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, perfect Aryan race. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. That don't even make sense. Think about it for a second. We talking what, 1945? Why Hitler just didn't go to Sweden, Finland, Norway? He's not an idiot. If you're looking for the perfect so-called race, wouldn't they be up there? So why is Hitler doing what he's doing? I don't think history is telling us the truth. Because it don't make sense. And if it don't make sense, it ain't right. Because Hitler was not an idiot.
You know what, Rraw?
Go
I
ahead.
just thought about something. Could it be possible that throughout time, the Pleiadians have helped the Anunnaki, of course, but could it be possible that the Anunnaki have become enemies of the Pleiadians, and this is why Hitler was using the Pleiadians to go against the very same kind of people that the Anunnaki saved from Egypt to begin with, which were blonde hair and blue-eyed people?
I don't think none of these aliens are in cahoots with each other anymore. I think they all, every race is gonna have their own agenda, no matter if you cool with somebody or not. Look, the United States is cool with a lot of countries, but the United States surveils those countries. The United States will go in there and kill some motherfucker. It's like the mob. You know how mafia leaders and stuff will be like, oh yeah, everything's cool with our families. But if it served them right, go over there and kill that motherfucker and steal the dope. And then when they come back to you like, do you know anything about it? You're like, I have no idea. We don't know nothing. United States does the same thing. So would they be doing shit like that to each other? Of course. Anything we do, we get it from them. As above, so below. You know what I'm saying? The ways of us, even the worst of us, come from them. Everything we do come from them. They taught us everything. There's nothing new under the sun. So it's like you. If you a parent and you got a kid who think they doing something new, and you like, we used to do that back in there. We just used to call it this, and we did it like that. There's nothing new under the sun. As above, so below. Anything that humanity knows came from them. You can say the Watchers taught it to their wives, whatever you want to call it. But everything we know comes from them. Every single thing. We haven't invented shit. Humans ain't made shit, ain't invented shit. You think Bill Gates came up with that computer software or some shit? No. Somebody put that shit in his head. Just like a demon can put ill thoughts in your head, if they want, they can put some real shit in your head. And is that not what Tesla used to say all the time? Where are you getting this shit from, Tesla? I don't know. It's just the thoughts come in my head and I write them down. So humanity ain't just being used for bad like we think. It's also being used for good, but in the long run, you look at that good and say, was that really good, or because is it not being used for bad? You see what I'm saying? See, they got a plan, and if you really look back on it, ain't nothing been introduced to mankind is good, because it always turns out to be used for bad. Let's just say you invent a engine that runs on water. You like, okay, I'm helping humanity. Later on down the line, they gave you that knowledge because they needed that engine to use it for bad. You think the people who, created robots and stuff like that are thinking, they're going to turn around and, kill us or be, the police or override us. No, they thinking, well, we can help people. So where did that begin? Where that first began? With what they call, I forget what they call it, but when you start making limbs and stuff for people, this is where robotics began. People missing arms and shit, missing legs. Oh, let's make a robotic hand. This is where this began, this whole robot shit. They didn't make a robotic hand to later turn into robots, and used for evil purposes, 100 years later. No, they made the robotic hand because, the war, people lost a lot of limbs and you see what I'm saying? So nothing that these motherfuckers is giving us even medicine, even medicine. Look at medicine. If you look at the evolution of medicine, medicine started out to be a good thing because it helped people with ailments so they wouldn't die. Now look at medicine. Exactly like 100 years later. Look at medicine now. You can't take shit without a side effect, which the side effect is like almost worse than what ailment you got. When you hear them saying side effects may include death, seizures, heart attacks. I could die from all of that. You know what I'm saying? All to cure my pimples. You know what I'm saying? Like it's. I think we being straight tricked by these demons because when you look at the world on a whole, where do you see good in the world? Good ain't even at church no more. Where's good at in the world? Where's the one place in the world you think you can go and it's all peaches and cream? I don't know of a place. So look at all that they say we have accomplished just in the last 100 years. And all of it can be used for bad. And in most cases, it is being used for bad. So, when we get these ideas and we think, hey, I'm going to help humanity, that's our thought. But people don't realize the thoughts that come into your head are not your own. Unless you like doing like what we doing, trying to figure this shit out. Most people just thought pop in their head, they right, that's a good idea, I'm going to do that. Never thinking of what the ramifications was. In that way, in that regard, when you don't understand and know that there's a demonic system that's in place that's trying to kill you, think about it. We read demons are trying to kill us every day, but that don't mean they don't play the long game. The long game might be, hey, let's have them start smoking cigarettes. Let's have them start drinking or getting high or whatever, right? To them, that's the long game. Because why? Time don't even exist on their side. So, they could be like, we'll get his ass in 40 years. They cool with that. Because they got you. It don't matter. They got you. You know what I'm saying? We the ones looking at, I've been smoking for 30 years and nothing happened. And then something happened. You're like, well, I had a good run. But to them, they don't look at it like that. They look at it, we wanted you, we got you. Don't matter to us if it took 30 human years. Time don't exist for us. You see what I'm saying? So it's a whole lot to swallow and, you know, use ramification on with a lot of these things. It's not so cut and dry like people think it is. All right. And I think by us talking about this, you know, as we seem to do weekly, this has helped prepping your mind. Because now you conscious. And I know sometimes y'all be at home, y'all will do something, whatever, and the thought will pop in your mind. These demons is here. They watching me. You still may say, fuck it, I'm going to do it. But that's all I want you to do is think. That's all I want you to do is think. Because when you hit that afterlife, you're going to be fully prepared. You're going to be fully prepared. Because you have been, you know, reprogrammed into thinking. Into thinking before I take that step. Hold on. And you question, hold on, is this? That's the whole point of this. That's the whole point of this. To make this second nature to you. We only got one shot at it. This is our best shot. And all the reincarnated lives we all lived in, for the people here in the school of knowledge, I'm talking to you specifically, this is your best shot ever at being able to back to source. You see what I'm saying? So this is a good thing. This is a good thing. Programming you on thinking. Because you're going to a world in the spiritual side where that's all it is thought. There's no action. Everything is thought. So helping you to get to a place where you're thinking, you know, that's extremely well. That's a very good, positive thing for you guys. All right. So anybody got anything else they want to share or bring up or something? Any crazy dreams? Don't hold back. I know some of y'all is, Chevis, where you at? I know people are having crazy dreams. I had some. I just can't remember them right now. I only could remember.
I ain't having no crazy dreams, but shit, you know, crazy shit be happening.
Like what?
Yeah, man, I be in this motherfucker. I hear a motherfucker walking in the room, and I've been times I done felt a motherfucker put their hand on me, and I know ain't nobody in this bitch but me.
So where you stay? You live in an apartment or a house?
I stay in the house.
Have you tried to dig up some history on the house? You know what you could do?
Nah, but I remember.
You could probably.
I know I still got the video on when I was when they were just sitting up flicking the lights. And I was recording. I was talking to them. I still got that video on the phone.
What was you saying to them?
Dude, I don't remember. I need to go back and watch the video.
You
I just think about that shit. It's just like when I had got a soul trap, like I just say some stuff like that, and that when a lot of shit like calm down. But then the more I learn, the more I be aware. Like just more shit that I just see.
But check this out. I just seen the video. Well, I posted a video actually. It was a mother and her kids. It sounded like, but they was like, if you.
You got a friend. She had seen her husband to a snake.
She talking to us?
Yeah, and see somebody, know what I'm saying? Well, she say her husband, she done seen her husband shift into a snake. So she done seen her husband shape shift.
Yeah, the reptilian. They here.
Yeah, but I told her about that, you know what I'm saying? But
you know,
That's a
how do
crazy shit
you,
right there.
right? How do you like live through that shit? Cause I done seen reptilians
Yeah,
as
boy.
reptilians, but I think I would freak the fuck out to see a motherfucker shapeshift into a goddamn reptilian.
If he seen somebody show shit, he would freak out. He said, "How do you live through that?"
Because I guess because the person that I am, because I know I'm guarded,
I
and I
mean,
knew I had to let go because he was draining my energy.
so explain like what happened. You saw this person shift into a snake, shapeshift. Give us the context, the background, like what was going on.
He was just laying in the bed. We were talking, and he had said something, and I raced up out the bed and I looked over there at him, and he had this little smirk on his face. And when I looked, really looked, he changed. So that the first time I ain't say nothing, but the second time when I saw that, I had told him that he was evil.
So
He was draining my energy.
this gonna fuck y'all up. I got a video of a girl sticking her tongue out. She got one of these real long tongues, right? You might have seen this video. She talking about she get messages all the time that people saying it's a young black girl. People talking about we would like you to be a part of our couple. You know the freaky shit, the poly shit, all that shit, right? So when she stick her tongue out, I'm seeing like movement on the tongue. The tongue is already out and it's long as fuck, but it's movement up here. And so I was like, is that a shadow or something? So I download the video. All right, I'm gonna make a video out of it because this bitch is shapeshifting right in front of your face. And it's on her tongue.
Yeah, I never did see that video.
Yeah, I'm gonna show that video. I'm gonna put it on my Instagram page tomorrow or this week. But yeah, look, these motherfuckers is here, man. They here. They black, they white, they Asian, they Hispanic, Latino, whatever. These motherfuckers is here, man, because I keep telling people this world ain't real. So there's no such thing to them, even as a human being. You know how I was saying the word God is a title? The word human is a title. The word humanity, not a title, it's a category. The word humanity, it's a category, but it does not mean what we think it means. I think it means anybody that's, with a torso, two arms, two legs, and a head. That's what I think it means. And it don't matter whether, you got blood, A, B, C, D, or whatever, because there's people with Rh negative and other types of odd blood categories. I think because this world is fake, that who's ever in here has to assume this certain identity, whether they putting it on as a suit, whether they shapeshift into it, because we all souls, but I think like the aliens, I think they just assume it's deep. It's even hard for me to explain it, but it's not real. It's never been real. I think when we finally discovered that it's never ever been what we thought it was, that this shit has been going on from day one. You know what I'm saying? Why is the person in the Bible called a serpent? A snake. He was not a snake before the gods cursed him to walk on his belly. So then what does that mean? He must have been walking upright, because his punishment was you will, crawl on your belly. That was part of the punishment. So if that was the punishment, what was he doing before then? He was walking. And you Chevis, maybe Ludwig, I don't know if y'all remember. I think y'all and Steve, y'all probably, maybe Raul, but remember the Anunnaki conference from about three years back? when they was talking about the serpent, and the serpent impregnated a woman. This is in Eastern Asian culture or
That was
something.
that's what the dragon pulled that in.
Yeah, right. So the dragon impregnated a woman. We sitting up here thinking, a flying dragon. No, if the serpent wasn't a snake that crawled on the ground until he was cursed to do so, that means this being walked upright.
What happened?
You see what I'm saying? This being walked upright. All right.
No, I had put the phone there. You was
So we gotta. That's what we gotta look at. You know what I'm saying? That's what we gotta look at. All right. So good shit. Anybody else got something?
Yeah, I got some, man.
Go
I
ahead,
don't know if you
Dio.
can hear me.
Yeah.
So I've been, I pay attention to a lot of stuff that goes around me because I know it's like gang stalking and stuff. But I've been noticing like a helicopter always around my area. I remember one time I woke up, it was like 3 a.m. and I was leaving to work. And it was just hovering over my home. So I just started recording it, man, and for a few seconds, and then it followed me like halfway towards work, and then it just kind of jetted off. But I noticed, so what I did is like, I said, you know what? Because I would tell everybody, to challenge them on religion. I've always kind of believed I've always believed in reincarnation, but I didn't know that we were stuck here. So when I was learning this, I was telling other people, but once I kind of stopped, I was like, let me see if once I stop saying anything, if it stops coming around.
Mhm.
And when I tell you I haven't seen one in like 3 weeks, I kind of tied it together, and it really made me think, like, how do they know I'm telling other people? How do they know I'm spreading this? How do they know I'm talking about it? And I would make artwork, and I'd put like little messages into it, and I would share it. And same thing. And yeah, man, and that's when like the game stock and all that was real heavy. And then I noticed once I kind of stay a little bit quiet, it just stopped.
No, I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna blow y'all head back. And I want y'all to think about this because I believe this is 100% real. I used to see helicopters. I done made videos way back on my probably like, especially when the COVID thing was jumping, when I was going against the COVID, there used to be helicopters all outside above my building, right? They don't come around no more,
Yeah.
right? Here's the thing though, right? In the Testament of Solomon, a couple weeks ago, we read where the demons, when Solomon questioned the demons, and the demons said, people think those are shooting stars in the sky when they see them, meteorites, but in reality, it's us. It's the demon. It's the demons falling from the sky. And the demon said the reason we fall from the sky is because we don't have a fixed place to be. The stars are fixed in the sky, in the firmament. That's a fixed place where they are, But he said, us demons, we don't. So basically, what is he saying? If they falling from the sky, that's how they travel. All right. Now, here's the other thing, right? Some demons can take on the form of anything. I seen a video where a person swore up and down that he was taping a plane in the sky that appeared to be giving off chemtrails. And he said the plane shapeshifted into something else. All right. If reptilians can shapeshift, if you got insectoids, and if all these people can manipulate matter, which we know they can, nothing is as it seems. That helicopter that you think is following you could very well be a demon or whatever, because what we talking about doesn't upset the status quo of the world. Do the government care that when we die, we trying to leave this place? Do your government care? Hell the fuck no, they don't care about that. What they care about you paying your taxes and keeping order here in the living world. So who's the only people that really care about us gaining knowledge about the afterlife like this? That would be the afterlife system. So it would appear to me that if, we being messed with or whatever, that's who's messing with us. Now, do they sometimes, get people, like in the government or whatever to come out? Of course they are, because they're using their authority to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Men in black shit like this. But a lot of this shit that we going through is them handling it themselves. Whether that's turning into a helicopter, turning into a FBI agent and knocking on your door saying, yeah, FBI, can I come in? Do you got a warrant? No, I don't have a warrant, but I need to come talk to you. It's about, you know what I'm saying? This type of shit. Many different stories, which I've researched over the years. People knocking on people's door at 3:00 in the morning talking about they the FBI or CIA or something. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get in the house. The person says no. The person leaves and they like go out to go look at the person to peek at them out the front window. Person vanished. That type of shit. All right. Brings up goosebumps just talking about the shit, but it's real shit. It's real shit. We, when I say we, I'm talking about us here in the School of Esoteric Knowledge. We fighting against the spiritual system. All of us are, if there was a spiritual post office up in heaven, all of y'all goddamn pictures on that bitch like wanted, dead or alive. You know what I'm saying? Cause we done all woke up to what's going on. And we understand how deep it go. Every single last one of y'all is a threat to the system. So the more, shit just gonna be happening to you, man. That's all I can tell you, man. Be prepared and question everything. Be prepared.
Yeah, it's just good to be able to talk to somebody that knows, because I couldn't bring this up to somebody.
No, they gonna think you crazy.
I don't know what they would think, bro.
Paranoid.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
There's so many people that's been through that, being followed and shit like that, and yeah. No, man, that shit.
Yeah.
It happens to me. It happened to me. Man, it still happens. Man, I was at the park down here in Memphis, and I saw a Nordic. They stand. He was tall as fuck. I'm 6'3". This motherfucker was tall, way taller than me, and he just was a weirdo. When you looked at him, he was just odd. He was not a regular person. And when I seen him because we was going against each other, and I was looking him up and down, and when I got up on him, he kind of looked at me, but he didn't, like a side like glance almost, and I looked him in the eye, and I believe they read minds, right? And when I looked him in the eye, in my head, I said, "This motherfucker ain't from here." And that's when the look went from a like this to a, and he did something like that, and I was like, weird ass motherfucker in my head, right? But I be looking for shit like that, dog. I be looking. I'm on the lookout. And the biggest thing about it is, like, me being a single man, I'm on all these dating sites. I be looking at shit, man. It's women out here on these dating sites. And I know if it's women out here, I know it's men on the other side. It's women out here on these dating sites that's weird as fuck. I don't think they from here, dog. I don't think they from here. There's some real weird motherfuckers out here. So you got to be fucking careful who the fuck you bring into your life, man, because it's some weird, and we on the map now. So I would be a goddamn idiot to be out here just like fucking sticking my dick in whatever, like I used to when I was a young buck. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that shit. Like, man, you'll wake up and be in bed with an insectoid that'll be like, yeah, we finally got your ass. You know what I'm saying? and you think this motherfucker sucking on shit, and this a tube come out this motherfucker's mouth and, and suck all your bodily fluids out of your ass. You know what I'm saying? And talking about suck your soul out, nigga. Like literally suck your goddamn soul out of some shit. You got to be careful. They out here, man. I'm telling you. Go ahead.
God. She tries eating your head like a praying mantis.
Yeah. They here. Them things is here.
That's a bad fucking night. That's a bad fucking night. Goddamn.
Y'all remember that conference we had? I think it was the Bashir conference where the black dude was saying he was jogging or hiking or something and got chased by the insectoid that had jumped on his back or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they do. Them motherfuckers, they'll jump on your. They want you from the back because they go into your spinal with they thing, and you know, relieve. That's what they want. You know, yeah. I mean, it sounds crazy. I know, right? And then what's so crazy is I got a video of a person with a real praying mantis on somebody's windshield, and he's got a cap full of water, and he gives it to the praying mantis. The praying mantis kick it. The praying mantis kick it. You know what I'm saying? And then the praying, you know, to see if it's okay, see if this motherfucker ain't really trying to fuck with him. And when he see that he not, the praying mantis drinks it. All right? Out the cap from the dude. You know, what's his name? Stephen Greer says they've been doing hybrids for decades. Is some of these aliens going to be hybrids? You got people talking about the P-52s and the P-47s, which is the grays who are labeled different. P-42 means they are from the future, 42,000 years in the future. The 52s are from 52,000 years in the future. They say these particular gray aliens are us from the future, right? And what they're doing is they are here now. They've went back in time to make sure global destruction happens, because if it does not happen, they will cease to exist in the future. So they saying these gray aliens are here to egg us on into killing each other. I mean, all of these things are possibilities. But what do I say about all of this in the long run? If you get the soul trap session and know what to do and get the fuck out and return to source, you ain't got to deal with this. Once you return to source, you can come back out and you can go to somebody else's world if you want, or you could build your own world. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is how screwed up this whole 3D thing is. It's immense. Go ahead, Vic.
Hey, do you think if you go to somebody else's world, it might be the same as this as far as wiping your memory clean?
Nah, because we're not in a world. We in a dome.
Well, yeah.
That make a big difference. See, we trapped in a dome because these niggas needed slaves to work this gold. That's it. In the real world, like say we was on the surface of whatever of this, we at the bottom of Tiamat, right? Bottom of the ocean on a planet called Tiamat. However, Tiamat was partially destroyed, so it's kind of fucked up there. All right, but let's just say I'm gonna give you Mars for a perfect example. Whoever created Mars, they fucked Mars up. The people had to go underground. But they not locking their souls in. They just fucked up. They fucked up the planet. So is it other planets out there that somebody fucked up? Yeah. You know, we say experiments, but it's not really the experiment. Say you a soul, you go back to source, you come back out with all your knowledge and power. You create your own planet or solar system, whatever, right? You create your shit the way you want to create it. You're not perfect. Well, I ain't gonna say you ain't perfect as a soul. What you create to be on that planet is not going to be perfect. So if you create conscious beings and they fuck up, they fuck up. You see what I'm saying? Most people don't create perfect beings as a creation because creation does not learn from perfection. Creation must learn from a balance of the two. Now, you could create an all perfect thing, but I'm pretty sure creation will probably require you to create the opposite of that too. Let's just say another planet. If you're gonna create this planet, everything is peaches and everybody perfect, everything good, then they're gonna want to see, creation needs to see the opposite of that. All bad, all bad. Because
But
creation.
it seems like these entities and these beings are like walking contradictions.
Well, the beings, remember, are made. Every single being is made. All your religious texts tell you that. The so-called gods created the angels and the demons. They all was created. So whatever they are, they was created to be that specific way. The same way with humans. That's what I don't understand about these people that go to church and shit. We was created to be this way. There was no fuck up in the garden. The garden was not even us. People try to blame, Christians try to say, oh, well, if Eve never ate the apple, we will have eternal life. No, motherfucker, you not a part of that bloodline. You was made on the 6th day. We ain't never gonna be perfect. We not never gonna be perfect. That's why women feel the need to sex and have babies, and why men feel the need to sex and have babies. That's what we was created to do. On the 6th day, be fruitful and multiply. The first and only commandment given to the people made on the 6th day, which would be pretty much all of us. Yeah. All right. Anybody got anything else? Anything on your mind? Anything you want to say? Something happened to you? Something happened to somebody else? You saw a video you didn't know? Got questions? Okay. Well, go ahead, Claudia.
It was a dude that was coming. I was at work. It was a dude at work. He acted like he was so all godly and everything. Like he was like, God gave me this job. God did this about this. I like, and who just talking. He won't let me talk at all. He was just talking all. I'm like, who see this man over here talk about God? God is like this. And I was like, you just asking because he asked me, you believe in God? I was like, no, I don't believe in God. They said, what do you believe in? I said, I don't believe in nothing. And he asked me, what am I? What am I? I'm like, who's none of your being? He got quiet. He just walked away.
Man, you know, our parents, man, they did a number on us. I mean, they didn't do it on purpose, but our parents really did a number on us because this is where indoctrination begins in the home, which is what they tell you, right? It all begins in the home, the homeness, the home that. Everything is home training starts at home, Yeah, it do. And that's where we got all this. That's home is where our whole views and beliefs, even your view of yourself, came from. And if it was a fucked up view, it'll take some people, years, if not decades, to reshape that view of themselves. And sad to say, most of them views come with God this, God that, God this, God that. And you probably the first one in your generation, in your family, to even challenge that shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead, KJ.
And two wrong. My son, they be listening to the conference too, and he was talking about some of the stuff he was talking about. I don't know, I didn't know they be listening. My son was telling me stuff when he be listening to it. I ain't know he be listening to it because they be talking and everything. They be listening to what he be saying too.
How old are they?
My son, he's 7.
Oh, he might still remember fragments of his past life. You might want to talk to him.
He said, I had talked to him about it. He said he was a boy. He was a boy. And he said the last son that he had was abusing him or something like that. He said he was being abused.
Yeah, he probably died too. And see, he's probably listening because of, the soul, it's not just that kids remember up till age 7. The soul, the conscious soul is still there in that kid too. You see what I'm saying? Where they understand that they've been reincarnated. You see what I'm saying? So they'll understand that. Now they might not fully comprehend what's going on because, like I don't know who said that. Somebody said they believed in reincarnation. They just didn't know it was a trap. I think that was Theo. But he said they believed in reincarnation. They just didn't know it was a trap. And that's a lot of people. They know, that's like Terrence Howard. He has the memories from being in the womb. He know he's being reincarnated. But what he doesn't know, that it's a trap. You know what I'm saying? That is something sinister about it. That's what people don't know. And that's what a lot of these kids, even though they'll know and be like, but they don't know that they involved in something sinister that's being done to them by this whole reincarnation thing. And really that's most of the world. You know what I'm saying? You got all of India who accept reincarnation, but they don't think nothing is wrong with reincarnating. And evidently, neither do the Tibetan monks, because they willfully leave this bitch and come right back. Make that make sense. You know what I'm saying? That don't make no sense whatever at all. Anybody, this is why I say this right here is your grounder. This thing right here, knowing you live in a dome underwater, keeps you grounded no matter what the fuck you hear. Because, if you was a Tibetan monk and you could leave and come back, why the fuck do you want to keep coming back inside of a dome? This ain't even a full planet. And there's billions of planets, trillions of planets in the world. And you got the ability to leave and you want to keep coming back into here? This is the equivalent of a bathroom, in a fucking stadium or something. I don't fucking know, but you see the analogy I'm trying to make? This is so small and inconsequential. This means nothing. Why would you want to leave and not go out into the vastness of the universe? But you want to keep coming back here? That's a fucking big ass red flag in itself. What's so special about here? Being hungry? Getting old? Getting your memory wiped? There's nothing special about here. So anybody that keep acting like it's something special coming back here, they work for the system. There's nothing special about this. You don't know what the fuck. This planet's out here that's oases. Where you don't get old, where you can fly, where you can do whatever the fuck you want. It's planets like that. Somebody have made a planet like that. We don't get Superman from, remember, everything we get is come from above. You want to know? Look, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Songs. If you don't think some of these super major song hits was a hit on the Biru or some other goddamn planet, you sadly fucking mistaken. Fantasy by Earth, Wind, and Fire. That whole album. I guarantee you that song Fantasy has been sung in ancient Egypt before. The whole album is full of ancient Egyptian shit.
Yeah, you're right about that, bro.
Yeah, it's this song that I listen to. It's by Asia. It's called Time Will Tell. This motherfucker say, when I die, the moon, what do you say? Damn. We might watch the video, whatever, but you can't tell me this song comes from someplace. It has a special meaning. You know what I'm saying? Because it's talking about stuff that nobody ordinarily would talk about. It's talking about the person being a hero because, he did some of it, this, that, and the other, and the sun and the moon is going to do something. And I was listening. It's one of my favorite songs. I can't even recall all the words now, but you could tell this song is not about here. This song is paying homage to somebody not from this world, but from another world that was a great person. You know what I'm saying? It's Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven. I mean, come on, man. They putting it in our face. They putting it in our face. Yeah, I mean, did I make the song, the raps or whatever that I made? Yeah, I wrote those. AI composed the music, but I wrote those. Yeah, do you make music like that? Yeah, but I'm talking about, but am I a big hit? No. I'm talking about these machines that put out these groups that make these hits. If you go back and look, some of these biggest hits are never even written by the artists themselves. It's written by somebody else and it was given to them. And they sung it.
Rraw,
Yeah.
look up Donald Marshall. He's Canadian.
Sounds familiar. Donald Marshall. What is he?
Donald Marshall. He's all about the clones. He claims that he does break the songs for them.
That he writes songs for who?
He writes the songs for the singers.
Oh, for real?
He's written a lot of music. I've been putting his name out there for a while, but he's got some videos. I don't know if they're still out, but he's been talking since. Oh, it's got to be since 2013. Yeah, and his story has changed.
All of it. Reptilians, cloning, the clone labs.
Grays.
And look, it's being confirmed.
It's a deep rabbit hole.
So you heard of him, Steve? That's awesome.
And it's being
I
confirmed.
believe
A lot of
him.
his
Yeah, I believe him.
stuff.
His story has never changed.
Yeah.
Never. Yeah.
And it's being confirmed.
Pardon me?
It's being confirmed. The government is being confirmed. Anytime. See, this is why we have this conference though, but nobody's understanding. The government just named 4 entities. 4 entities. Here's the thing. This is what the government, see, the government is going to tell you they're not going to do the ramification thinking for you. That's what Donald Trump insinuated when he put the tweet out and put in caps, what the hell is going on? Donald Trump is giving you the ramification question. But they're not going to come out and hold people's hand and say, well, you do know they're walking amongst us. Since we know they are here, they're not hiding. except in plain sight. You know what I'm saying? They hear in plain sight. But they not like running out of bushes and shit. The fucking Greys walk through walls. I think the Greys I think everybody has been visited by the Greys. I fully think that because, you know, from what I've seen, when I seen them, you can't stop them. And I spent like a year losing sleep after I saw them, afraid they was, I was gonna see them again. But, at some point I had to convince myself like, all right, if these niggas can walk through the walls, if these niggas can paralyze you in your sleep, what can you really do? Not a goddamn thing. So go to sleep. Go to sleep. And if you ever get the chance, if you ever see one of them, just try to grab him by his neck and wring that bitch like a chicken. Because they weak. Them motherfuckers cannot fight. Them some real weak-bodied motherfuckers. They rely on technology. So if you could ever catch one of them off guard, yeah, you'll beat their ass. Now the reptilians, they gonna do something to you. And them, you can fight off an insectoid, but we really can't fuck with the reptilians. Not physically. They're too strong. And they got a tail that works. So them the ones you got to shoot. But the rest of them, in the Nordics, you can beat one of them. They just tall. But you can break that, a couple of body shots, he'll break down to your size. Because they tall and slim and skinny. Now don't get me wrong, that don't mean they can't fight or whatever. They probably in good shape, but you can work with that. But the one you absolutely just cannot work with is the reptilian. Can't do nothing with it. You have to kill it. You have to shoot it. You have to shoot it. Or stab it. Catch it wrong. But here's the thing though. And let me make this clear too. Outside of the reptilians, well, I don't say that. Outside of the Pleiadians and the Greys and the insectoids, the reptilians, they say, they just trying to live life. Is it good? Is it good ones out there? Yeah. Is it bad ones out there? Yes. But they say they just trying to live life. They just like us. It's good ones and bad ones. The Nordics, they not just trying to live life. They got an agenda. The Greys, they have an agenda. The insectoids just want to eat us. That's their agenda. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's I've been saying this for years. And, a lot of people that I know, they don't even want to talk about this shit. They're afraid. But I keep bringing it up because I want them to understand that I told your ass this, 15 years ago. Before I even got on social media, I told y'all this. And y'all laughed at me. Said there was something wrong with it. So I'm not afraid of none of this shit. And it be tripping me out when I see and talk to people that I could see are afraid. I'll be like, I don't know what you're scared of. I was telling you this shit 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Why you didn't listen to me? Now you scared. Wait till look, I'm telling you. Now that they told you they are here, reptilians, Greys, damn, I keep forgetting the insectoids and the Pleiadians. Now the sightings are going to start happening. That's what's next. That's the next phase. The sightings. They tested a sighting in the Miami Mall last year. All right. Remember? The dude said he saw this monster in his backyard and all of that shit. The sightings are about to start happening now. On the news. I want to watch motherfuckers freak the fuck out when your news person say, in today's news, we have a graphic video to show you. Viewer discretion is advised. This was caught on somebody's phone. What the hell is it? And a giant goddamn praying mantis, eating somebody's goddamn dog or something. You know what I'm saying? Or some shit like this. Wait, this is what's coming. This science fiction is about to hit reality. And motherfuckers is gonna lose their fucking minds. I'm gonna be with the popcorn like I told these niggas. I mean, let's be clear. A woman, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, I don't know if she was in Memphis or might have been in South Haven or some Mississippi somewhere. Black woman. They just found her son. He only was missing 1 day. They found him dismembered, cut up. Who's to fucking say it wasn't an insectoid that did that? I mean, when you find somebody dismembered and they only been missing for 1 day, for a human to do that, what is he doing? Sending a message. But what message would you be sending to this young kid? To what, his mother? What are you trying to tell her? See, that's in general, that's usually some mob shit or some Jeffrey Dahmer type shit, right? But for it to happen overnight, that's something else, fam. It takes time to dismember a body. Well, not that much time if you just axing this nigga. But come on, man. Overnight? Nah. The sightings are about to start happening. That's what's about to happen. That's the next phase. It's gonna be some, and it ain't gonna. The first one ain't gonna be on the news. It's gonna be just like it happened in Miami. It's gonna hit social media. It's gonna hit social media, and guess what? Everybody gonna be doing in the comments. That's AI. That's AI. That's AI. That's AI. That's how it's gonna start. But it's coming. They did. It's more. Paul Hellyer told you it's at least 10 aliens on the moon that got bases. He said at least 10. They picked 4 for you. I'm surprised they put the insectoid in there, to be honest. I thought when they would mention it, it would be the most popular. Pleiadian, Greys, reptilians. For them to put the insectoid in there, I think they did that because that creature that was in that dude's backyard last year kind of looked like one of them, almost. It really looked like a mixture of something, but but anyway, hey, that's what's next. Sightings. All right. The sightings come next. If this is a orchestrated and choreographed event, like some people think this is all for show. Well, if it is, then the next thing that's going to happen are sightings. All right. But if it's not, if this is not a government play or some type of false flag or whatever, then we shouldn't see any type of aliens no more than we've been seeing for the past 50 years, 100 years, whatever. But if you start seeing sightings, could be the government. Could be the government prepping the people for the fake alien invasion. But anyway, man, this, just like dude said, we dealing with right now, and the way they playing it, they saying, Trump, what he did went against what the deep state wanted him to do. They did not want him to release any UFO files. So the reason that, this is what they saying. The reason that they coming slow is because the deep state, who has people at all of the alphabet agencies and stuff like that, they're dragging their ass and releasing stuff. Could be a ploy. I mean, maybe not. We'll really know when the sightings start. But look back. Let's just go back a year. The drones. See, you seeing a drone through social media is very different from seeing a drone in person. You see what I'm saying? That's like that UFO I saw in Mississippi. I know it wasn't a drone because it started changing colors and stuff like that. It didn't move like a drone. It was actually like warbling, what they call warbling, going woo kind of. It didn't make no like sudden moves and stuff like that. It was just an odd light in the sky, warbling, changing colors. I zoomed in on it and it was just, like it wasn't even made of real mass, but who knows? Who knows? I saw a post where I think it was Stephen Greer saying the United States government has an advanced EMP weapon that they've been using to shoot down alien craft on purpose so that they can get the people, and they reverse engineer these crafts, and they interrogate the aliens and hold them hostage until they die. Like they'll never let them go. So, that's kind of like they was talking about in the context of who's the aggressor, and what would the other people think? Like what would we think if Russia shot down a U.S. aircraft, captured the people, which they have. Both sides have done this. All sides have done this, and kill them or hold them, forever. Never let them go. I mean, it's actually happened. It's probably somebody right now in captivity somewhere that they ain't never gonna let them go. So I don't know, man. This is a lot of things to think about. But we're gonna get into it at the Alien Disclosure Conference on next Sunday. So get your tickets. All right. So and wait for my email. I'm gonna send a mass email out to everybody on my. If you're on my email list, you're gonna get an email probably tomorrow. All right, with information about the conference and maybe a discount link in there as well. So we'll see. All right. Anybody got anything else that they want to share with the class? Anything? Anybody?
Hey, Ron,
Yes.
what does it mean? Like, you ever get that? I know everybody do. Why every time you get a new vehicle, you see that vehicle, you drive everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, I see the same vehicle. Boy, when I didn't have that vehicle, I didn't see it out there. I get that same vehicle, I see it everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Because you're paying attention to it now.
Yeah. Something like that. You buy a car and now you see it everywhere. It's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. Damn, let me go to my website and get the download. I know I got it here. What the hell is it? It's crazy when you can't even find the book for yourself. Let me see if it's in here. What's the 12th planet? So, has anybody ever read the 12th planet before?
I'm currently on chapter 7.
You're on 7? All right. What you think?
Well, I've never had the opportunity to read the Sumerian text since they wiped it off the internet, and so that's the closest thing I have, like you said.
Right.
And what I think about it is that's all I have towards the Sumerian text, so that's what I'm going to go off of.
Yeah, I mean, there is some, like you got the Enuma Elish. We should probably read that next. There's so much that we should read and get at, but there is. I have a piece of the Sumerian text on it's on my old phone, and it's just very difficult to follow because it's missing so much context. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole problem of it. It's not even really a difficult read. It's just missing so much, and you don't know if it's missing it because like we found in which was it? I forget which text we was reading, but are they leaving shit out on purpose, or what's going on here? That's why I put a lot of authentication into the Talmud of Emmanuel because it did not go through a university, which means the government gets involved and all of that crap. But it's so hard to we hoping that the so-called authorities don't eliminate information or rewrite information and then say, yeah, this is the translation, when your own government just told you we've been lying to you for decades that aliens exist. So now that's like we got to go read everything. We might as well go read everything starting from the beginning, which is the Sumerian text. And we all knew it wasn't mythology. Don't nobody sit around and write up, and tap in 30, 40, 50,000 clay tablets, these so-called stories, because they don't have nothing better to do 6,000, 7,000 years ago. Give me a fucking break. You know what I'm saying, right? So we knew the government was lying on that. But
the point of this, we're gonna be reading it.
Right, exactly.
They have no stores, no bookstores.
Right.
They ain't publishing it.
So they just decided to waste all their lifetime making some shit that ain't nobody ever gonna read. Right. Make that shit make sense. So it doesn't. So, the natural, the normal thing is, this stuff is real. These people wasn't playing. And then really how much the ancient man know to even come up with some of this shit. Like as you read, as we're going to start reading, you're going to be like, this is some advanced shit. This is some advanced shit. So, all right. Without further ado, let's get into it. And for you people at home, join the School of Esoteric Knowledge so you could be a part of something that's good. You sitting at home, some of y'all, I've been on now for what? 2 hours you sitting at home watching me. So evidently on Thursdays, you ain't got shit better to do than look at me on Instagram or YouTube. Join the School of Esoteric Knowledge and become part of the program instead of a spectator. In other words, get your ass in the game. Get the fuck off the bench and get in the game. Get in the game. Go to my website, therrawreport.com, and join the School of Esoteric Knowledge. You can get in on this live broadcast right now if you go to my website and join the School of Esoteric Knowledge. The link will come to your email. Click the link, come into the class. We'll welcome you wholeheartedly. You can actually do that right now because I'm about to cut you off. It's been real. It has been real. That's always a problem with your YouTube. Michael, send me an email. The Rraw Report at gmail.com. All right, man.